Sir Keir Starmer will carry out a reshuffle of his shadow cabinet today following the damning election result for his party. The Labour leader has sprung into damage control mode after the opposition party received a drubbing in some parts of the country. Labour lost control of a host of councils and was battered by the Tories in the Hartlepool by-election, the first time the North East constituency elected a Conservative MP since its inception in the 1970s. Sir Keir's urgent reshuffle comes after he sacked Angela Rayner as National Campaign Coordinator and Party Chair. However, she will remain as the party's deputy leader as that is an elected position. There is speculation that Lisa Nandy, the shadow Foreign Secretary, could be demoted in the reshuffle, a Labour source told Politics Home, baffled as to what the stuff criticising Lisa is about. You won't find many former leadership rivals who have been as loyal. She's a massive asset and highly rated by Lotto. Leader of the opposition, Annalise Dodds, the shadow chancellor, is also rumoured to be at risk of being removed from her role in Sir Keir's reshuffle. Ms Rayner's sacking signals cracks at the top of the party, with Rose over who was to blame for the election strategy that saw losses in former industrial areas that have traditionally supported Labour. The party lost control of Durham Council for the first time in a century, saw its leader deposed by the Greens in Sheffield and also witnessed heavy defeats in Rotherham and Sunderland at local authority level. Greater Manchester's Labour Mayor Andy Burnham warned Sir Keir it was wrong to oust Ms Rayner from her posts, adding, "I can't support this," and former Shadow Chancellor John McDonnell called her firing a huge mistake. Nadia Whittome, Labour MP for Nottingham East, lashed out at Sir Keir in a tweet, calling his move a dreadful way to treat the party's most senior woman. She wrote on Twitter, "No one person is to blame for these catastrophic results, but if there was it certainly wouldn't be Angela Rayner. Dreadful way to treat the most senior woman directly elected by members in our party, from a working class northern background to boot." Mr McDonnell told BBC's Andrew Marr show, "I haven't spoken to Angie, and let me be clear, I don't have any brief for Angie. I didn't support her as deputy leader, I supported Richard Bergen." When the leader of the party on Friday said he takes responsibility for the election result in Hartlepool in particular and then scapegoats Angela Rayner, "I think many of us feel that is unfair, particularly as we all know actually that Keir's style of leadership is that his office controls everything. It is very centralized and he controlled the campaign, so many of us think it is really unfair." Sky News political correspondent Rob Powell said the sacking of Ms Rayner, a northern woman from a working class background, was exactly the kind of message Labour would not want it to give out. He said Labour would hope news of the reshuffle will take a little bit of the bite out of the Angela Rayner story if you've got some other sackings to talk about. Richard Bergen, Labour MP for East Leeds, said the party's leader had no vision in these elections. Members of former leader Jeremy Corbyn's team, who come from the left of the party, were among those to criticise the move to scapegoat the deputy leader. Former Shadow Home Secretary Diane Abbott called the sacking baffling. Scottish Labour leader Anas Sarwar said it was his understanding that Ms Rayner would take a different position in the shadow cabinet. He said the party would have to collectively pull together to put the party back on track for power, adding, "I don't think you can scapegoat anybody. I don't think anyone is saying one person is to blame." During an interview with Sky News' Sophie Ridge on Sunday, Ms Abbott called for Sir Keir to return to the popular policies in the 2019 manifesto. Her point carried a hint of irony as that year's general election, held in December, saw Labour suffer its worst result since 1935.